Pennsylvania League of Angling Youth, Fall 2012. Written by Amity Daniel and Alan Schreffler. Edited by Spring Gerhardt. Design and illustrations by Jeff Decker. Photos by Jackie Carey, Tom Diaz, and Andrew Shills. Technical assistance by Kathy Gipe. Read by Miranda Smith. Pennsylvania's League of Lizards. When you hear the word lizard, what comes to mind? Do you think of tropical rainforests and deserts? What about Pennsylvania's woodlands, gardens, rocky outcrops, or old fence rows? There are 4 species of lizards found in Pennsylvania, representing 2 families. The Iguanidae family is represented by the eastern fence lizard, and the Cincinnati family is represented by the northern Coal Skink, Broadhead Skink, and FiveLined Skink. Facts about lizards. Skin. Lizards are covered with scales or plates made of keratin. It's the same material as human fingernails. Senses. Most lizards have great eyesight, with some even having colored vision. Lizards are able to smell and taste. They use an organ called the Jacobson's organ to smell. This organ helps them smell the air by tasting it with their tongue. Communication. Geckos are the only lizards that use vocal cords to communicate. All other lizards use body language. Survival. A lizard's best defense is camouflage. They are also able to shed their tails to escape predators. This action is called autonomy. Ectothermic. Mammals and birds are endothermic. This means they have adaptations that helps regulate their body temperature. This includes shivering, panting, and sweating. Lizards are ectothermic. They lack internal adaptations like panting or shivering to maintain stable body temperature. The body temperature of an ectotherm can vary with the surrounding environment. Lizard or skink? What do you think? Is a lizard a skink, or is a skink a lizard? The truth is that a skink is a type of lizard. However, they differ in a few ways. Unlike other lizards, skinks have shorter legs and elongated bodies. They appear snake-like and are often described as a snake with legs. Yet their external ear openings, movable eyelids, and 4 legs set them apart from snakes. Their smooth, shiny scales make them appear wet and slimy, similar to salamanders. But skinks are reptiles and not amphibians. All lizards have the capability to lose their tail when a predator bites down on it, but the skink goes one step further. When they are young, they have a bright blue tail, which draws attention away from their body. Predators will attack the blue tail. When they do, the tail will detach, allowing the skink to escape unharmed. Vocabulary. Watch for these words. Candidate species. Endangered species. Ectothermic. Metamorphosis. Endothermic. Venomous. Who has reptile style? Are lizards and salamanders the same? Not quite. Although the untrained eye commonly confuses adult lizards and salamanders, they are very different. Let's compare lizards and skinks to salamanders. Reptiles or amphibians? Lizards and skinks are reptiles. They do not go through metamorphosis. When hatched, the young are fully developed and resemble their parents. Salamanders are amphibians, which means double life. They live part of their life in water and part of their life on land. To become adults, they transform through a series of life stages called metamorphosis. Skin. Lizards and skinks have dry, rough skin covered in scales. Salamanders have smooth, slimy skin with no scales. Some salamanders can absorb oxygen through their thin skin. Feet. Lizards and skinks have 5 fingers and toes with claws. Salamanders have 4 fingers in front and 5 toes on the back without claws. Eggs. Lizard and skink eggs have a hard or nearly hard leathery shell. They are laid on land. Salamander eggs have a soft gel surrounding them, usually found in water or in damp areas. Ear openings. Lizards and skinks have ear openings. Salamanders do not have ear openings. Defense on a fence. Eastern fence lizard. The eastern fence lizard, sometimes referred to as spiny, has pointed scales that are jagged and rough to the touch. They are the only species of the Iguanidae family found in Pennsylvania. Over 40 different species of the Iguanidae family live in North America. Most of them live in warm, dry areas. The eastern fence lizard lays one clutch of 3 to 13 eggs. The eggs usually hatch sometime in July. When they hatch, eastern fence lizards measure about 2 inches long. Other than length and minor coloration differences, young eastern fence lizards look identical to adults. Adults measure about 4 to 7 inches long. These lizards prefer to make their home in sunny areas of grassy or open woodlands on dry, steep hillsides. Eastern fence lizards love to sit on logs, rock piles, and fences while basking in the sun. These areas provide the perfect height for them to survey and protect their territory. As territorial animals, they defend their land by bobbing their head and opening their mouth. To threaten intruders, they will sometimes do push-ups with their 2 front legs while inflating their chest and throat. The eastern fence lizard's favorite food is beetles. That's right. They like to sit still and wait for something yummy to come nearby to eat. They like to eat beetles, spiders, and even snails. Once they see something to eat, they will move quickly to get it. Eastern fence lizards are diurnal, which means their hunting and activity occurs during the day. Top photo caption: a male eastern fence lizard displays blue patches near the base of its throat and belly. Middle photo caption: crossbars are more prominent on female eastern fence lizards. Bottom photo caption. The eastern fence lizard lays one clutch of 3 to 13 eggs. Don't blink or you may miss this cool skink. Northern coal skink. Looking cool with a dark band beginning around its eyes and extending all the way to its tail, the northern coal skink may remind you a bit of Zorro, or another masked hero. This skink can be found throughout parts of Pennsylvania's bituminous coal or soft coal region. So you may think that the word coal originated from this region. However, its name actually refers to the coal-colored band that runs the length of its body. Though they are not found in great numbers, they can be found from north central to northwestern Pennsylvania. When mature, northern coal skinks measure about 7 inches long. Their body is brown and has 2 pairs of light stripes that enclose the dark band extending along their body. Unlike other skinks, they do not have light lines on their heads. Northern coal skinks specialize in hiding under rocks, leaves, and dead logs. When disturbed, they hide immediately and do not come out until danger has passed. These hiding areas are perfect places for them to find delicious things to eat, like centipedes, beetles, and crickets. When they are not hiding, they spend their days rummaging through cool, damp leaves looking for bugs to eat. Reading between the lines. FiveLined Skink. A FiveLined skink has skin that is brown to black in color, appears smooth and shiny, and is blanketed with 5 broad, light-colored stripes running down the length of their body. They look like the referee of the lizard world. With a range covering nearly 2/3 of Pennsylvania, these skinks can be found from the northwest corner in Crawford County to the southeast corner in Bucks County. In some adults, the lined pattern may fade. People sometimes confuse the FiveLined skink with the Broadhead skink, but the FiveLined skink is much smaller. During mating season, the male FiveLined skink will display a similar bright red or orange-colored head as the Broadhead skink. Young FiveLined skinks have tails that are an amazing bright blue color. This tail helps them avoid becoming dinner. Predators will attack the brightly colored tail, and it will detach and wiggle around while the young skink escapes, leaving the predator with only the tail. The tail will grow back in time, but it will be shorter and gray in color. Home gardens are ideal habitat for FiveLined skinks. However, they favor humid woodlands with plenty of decayed matter. Like other skinks, they spend most of their time under the cover of rocks and logs. When they hatch in July, they are only about 2 inches long, but will grow 5 to 8 inches long. Although many people think they stay on the ground, meaning terrestrial, this skink will climb a decayed tree to find an insect meal. They also enjoy meals of spiders, larvae, worms, and small mice. Another tall tale, the red-headed scorpion. Broadhead skink. Many animals inspire tall tales. The broadhead skink is not an exception, as its nickname, red-headed scorpion, implies. Broadhead skinks earn this nickname because they dwarf all other Pennsylvania lizards and skinks by measuring up to 12 inches long. They also have a very broad head that turns fire engine red during mating season. These two characteristics make some people think that they are venomous predators. However, broad-headed skinks are not venomous. They eat insects, spiders, and other small lizards or mammals. The best way to identify a broadhead skink is by their size. No other lizards in Pennsylvania compare to their size. Juveniles usually have 5 white or yellowish lines, 2 on each side and 1 in the middle of their back. These lines fade as they mature. Adults are a uniform gray or brown color. In Pennsylvania, they are found only in the southeast corner of the state. If you are trying to spot one, don't look on the ground. They are arboreal, live in trees, and spend their days lounging in tree branches. If you do find one, do not touch it. If they are handled improperly, they may lose their tail. When a broadhead skink loses its tail, it makes it harder for them to survive. Considered a candidate species, their survival is very important. There are very few broadhead skinks left in Pennsylvania, so please be careful and observe them from a distance. Candidate species are species that could become endangered or threatened species in the future. Scales versus slime. Who's who? Take a look at the facts below to discover the differences and similarities between lizards and salamanders. Choose a fact from the numbered list below and place its number on the correct line at the right. Your choices are lizard, salamander, or both. 1. Is a reptile and does not go through metamorphosis. When hatched, the young are fully developed and resemble their parents. 2. 4 fingers in the front and 5 toes on the back without claws. 3. Is ectothermic, meaning the body temperature is the same as the surrounding environment. 4. Is an amphibian, which lives part of its life in water and part of its life on land. 5. Eggs have a soft gel surrounding them, usually found in water or in damp areas. 6. Some can absorb oxygen through their skin. 7. Eggs have a hard or nearly hard leathery shell. They are laid on land. 8. Lay eggs. 9. Ear openings. 10. Dry, rough skin covered in scales. 11. Smooth, slimy skin with no scales. 12. 5 fingers and toes with claws. 13. Carnivorous or meat-eating. Diet consists of small insects, worms, and other small critters. See Summer 2012 plays Pennsylvania's Secret Salamander Treasures for more information on salamanders. Answer key. Lizard. 1, 7, 9, 10, 12. Salamander. 2, 4, 5, 6, 11. Both. 3, 8, 13.